Deanne, do you know Janine Cisco?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I'm Deanne. It's nice to meet you.
I'm the liaison to the town board.
Oh, okay. And
Oh, wait,
my children has your son in music. Yes, loves that class. Loves
I
it.
know I missed somebody, Jan, sorry.
All right, congratulations.
Which I'll announce shortly. Anyway, we should probably call a meeting. It's 7:04. To be explicit. We don't have any public attendees, so
Well, we do have one who's logging
Oh.
in now, so sorry, I just got the notification. And it's somebody from the Herald.
yes, I see that.
So we have one member of the public, Kenda. You wanna?
I see.
For the Pine Plains Herald attendee, do you want to make a public comment? Or are you just listening in?
Hi, all. This is Patrick from
Patrick.
Herald. I'm doing a story on the joining of the new director, so I just figured I would listen for any kind of accessory information. Thank you for having me here.
Okay,
You're
Patrick,
welcome.
it's clear.
Hey, Patrick.
Hello again.
Okay. So we have many minutes to approve. Does anyone have any comments on February 20th?
I do.
You did the minutes, Ethan.
I think nobody would mention that, but since you did, yes, I'm not infallible.
Was it the 20th or the 21st?
The regular meeting,
Yes.
the last paragraph,
Mhm.
I can't find the thing, but the last paragraph, the word meeting should be added in one of those sentences. And it will be obvious if you read it. And I don't know why I can't find it.
Is that in old business?
The
Or-
last paragraph
Oh,
before,
they made the motion to adjourn.
no, before that, sorry,
Ray Drakowski.
no, not that far.
Mhm.
Okay, we go. Okay, yes, let's see. Old business bylaw review. Third sentence, with the changes that were discussed at this and to readdress specific surrounding.
Okay.
Specifics.
So we need to add the word meeting to
Meeting,
that bylaw review paragraph.
Got it.
On our minutes, it says the 20th, but was it the 20th or the 21st? That we met, do you know?
The 20th.
Okay. Okay, so we should fix that at the top of the meeting minutes, says 21st. With those changes, can we have a motion to accept as amended? I have the motion. Second.
Hold on, people. You gotta say who you are because I can't see your mouths moving. Who made the motion?
Sandy, motion. Ethan,
Thank
second.
you. Who made the second?
Ethan,
Thank you.
all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Okay. The second set of minutes.
Just
was-
to go back for a second, the date does not have to be changed, or it does?
It does, it was the 20th.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
The executive session on the 27th. I think looks just about right. Can someone make a motion to accept?
motion to approve,
Ethan said that, I can second it, all in favor?
Claire?
I,
Okay.
And then the third set, I think, is also the same. It was. I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed in there. So if we could have someone motion.
I make a motion to accept the March 9th, Sandy.
Okay,
In a second. Can someone second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Allison.
thank you.
All in favor?
Hi,
Aye, great.
Hi.
1, 2, 3. Payment of the bills. This was the final cap went out a couple hours ago. Um,
It does need to be a change
there's a change, what's that?
all the way at the top. The
Uh-huh.
cap number should be 240319F, as in
Okay.
Frank.
Okay.
I have one question for Ted. Is the Welsh sanitation increase reflected in this report, or is that upcoming?
Upcoming.
Okay, thank you.
I don't see anything. That I have questions on. Does anyone have? Questions besides Welsh?
No.
What's the miles for smiles?
That's the map that we do every year. If you go to the circulation desk, there's a map of our area with businesses and stuff. It's a marketing thing that we've been doing for a couple of years now. But they put this on the map and they distribute it across here. Red Hook, I think, is in it. Stanfordville's in it. Yeah, you can see the map.
Okay, so we need. A motion to accept the cap.
I'll do it because I have it right here. I make a motion to accept the cap 240319F in the amount of $15,734.52.
And a second,
Second,
Ethan seconds that, all in favor?
aye.
Okay. I'm not sure. Should I do the new director now or later? I don't have much else to say other than getting the hiring out of the way will kind of leave some space in my brain for for more stuff for everybody to do. But I think, we are where we are. I would like to go on record as and thank Alexis for all the work that she's been doing.
Yes.
As well as her track here, being in charge. So thank you.
Thank you.
From me and from everybody, I think. And thanks to Dan for stepping in, but I'll come back to you later. So that's all I'm gonna say tonight. Ted, do you have other stuff to talk about? I didn't get a good copy of everything. Sorry. Just trying to open everything and. Does anyone else have it open? is there
Yes.
anything to talk about? with
No.
The finances, everything's looking good. Anything we should think about, Ted? I just found it.
All good, Ted?
All good.
Okay.
So I'm not seeing a copy of the finances in the packet of stuff that you sent out, Alexis.
There's the grant report, the income and expense report after the meeting minutes.
Okay, there it is. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have time today to put them all into one clean binder. But I kind of knew that was gonna happen. That's why I sent y'all everything last night that I had.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything.
I did have one fleeting comment. We should probably start thinking about fundraising.
Yep.
As I looked at the percentage, it's early, we were dealing with director stuff, but since Patrick's not here, I'm thinking Patrick would say that too.
It's true, we need to start coming up with ideas and, that's on next month.
Actually, I have a question, Ted. I see the donation from Mishomek. Is that okay?
That one is correct.
Okay,
Issued a new check.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and Kenda, I have a few updated donations on the sheet today. I was gonna double check them and make sure that everything matches. I think I had one come bebopping through PayPal, so I might need to add one.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
because I
send you-
looked earlier this morning and I didn't see any new ones for.
Yeah. I added this afternoon by Annie.
Okay.
I might have another one for you, but I'll send you an email as soon as they're in there.
Okay, thank you.
But they would happen in March, not in February.
Correct.
Okay, so we're dealing with February.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm sending out thank you notes, so it all goes down and everybody will get their note. And hopefully send more money next year. I try, send my good penmanship.
Okay, and remind me, we have to vote on this?
I'll make a motion.
Yes,
Go ahead.
Sports.
I'll second Allison.
All in
thank
favor?
you.
Just an extraordinarily long day.
Yeah,
It's okay. I think we all agree at this point.
Okay.
Going to,
You're up, Alexis.
yep, so I've got everything there. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. I am pulling up one thing that I want to show you guys because it's pretty phenomenal. And it's just going to take me just a second to download it. But I just want to show you this, and I what inspired me to do this today was I had a conversation with Deanne and I showed her these figures, and I thought the board should see this because it's actually pretty amazing. So I'm going to show it to you guys very briefly, and then we'll move on with our lives. This is our circulation counts for this year. So, well, for the last almost 6 years, six year being this year. I want you to look at these numbers compared to these numbers. We are doing a phenomenal job and have seen this is in comparison to 2023 last year, this percentage of difference. And we're doing a phenomenal job in increased circulation this year. See, and you can
put the library budget on that ballot every year.
But you can see here the green is this year compared to every other year how we've started out. So And Kiri asked a great question during the staff meeting today as to what's causing that. I think that the staff is doing a phenomenal job at the desk with their reference transactions and making sure that they're, locking people in to more materials at the desk. And in addition to that, we've, per our discussions, so this here is Sierra circulation, so you can see the increase that we're having in physical materials here, 34% increase in January, 32% increase in February. And in addition to the increases in physical material, which I think are happening at the desk, we talked a lot during the budgeting process of how we needed to boost our costs and into e-materials. And I've been doing that behind the scenes, and you can see the benefit with a 61% increase in circulation and overdrive. And that's
Wow.
just being able to finally fulfill a lot of holds that we've had sitting out there forever, because we actually have the money to fulfill those holds. So I just want to show you guys the benefit of what the budget vote has allowed us to do with being able to invest the money into these systems and that our patrons are using them. So I think that that's pretty cool. Canopy's up almost 80% in January, 38% in February, and Hoopla is up 92% this month, which is crazy.
Not that hard.
But anyways, I thought you guys would enjoy seeing that simulation after everything we went through last year, to see that that budget vote has paid off for our patrons and they're using it. So
Amazing. Thank you.
I think Deanne might have something to add about one of our lovely staff members.
We got a nice note today from Sheila Gowan. And she said that she sent a donation, and she said this is an appreciation for Annie's help. So Annie goes above and beyond and goes to Miss Gowan's house to help her with technologies. So Tech Time with Annie is portables.
We've actually gotten that feedback too.
But that's it for my report.
Did anybody have any questions for Alexis's? And the little- It seems like all the numbers are going up. I actually
Yeah.
am pleased to see those stats that have gone up so significantly. It's nice to know that we're working for something. And okay. Jean.
You're up. I'm up. Okay, the Friends have gotten approval from Brian and have reserved the upstairs for the May book sale and the week before to set everything up. That's done. We will begin accepting donations for that sale on April 16th. And we'll publicize that outside. And usually we stop around May 11th accepting donations, but people throw books at us right up until sometimes during the sale. We, at our last meeting, approved giving $800 again to the library for the youth writing workshop with Abby Gallagher. And Lois Lenahan has planned 3 lunch and learn activities, programs for April, May, and June, which we do at 11:30 for about an hour. But the first one is a tour of the Stissing Center, actually. So maybe we'll get some people that don't know anything about it to join us. I don't know. Otherwise, it'll be us. And then she's basing one on the theme of travel and one on what's the other? I forget right now, but I know. I think Vicky Labruto made some posters, which I meant to grab, but I didn't. I also submitted our E-post kind of tax return to IRS, which of course is required of us for our 501c3 designation. So that's done for this year. And that's all for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So everyone has met. I introduced Deanne later, but she is our new director, and I'm so pleased that were able to pivot and start so quickly to get the training in. And thank you for being here.
Well, thank you very much. I'm very excited about this position. Really, really am.
I think this is gonna be the start of a nice new era. It's good. We got money, a new director, a new energy, and so let's see what we can do.
And Alexis is working very hard to train me. We're just like
Yes.
a fire hose from her head to my head. It's nonstop, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't panic, Ted. I'll be helping her with the financial reports for March. So we got it covered, I promise.
Kiri's not here, so we'll move on past the signage, so we'll have to circle back around to that.
I would suggest if you guys want to get rid of the committee for the director search and to maybe install some members into a committee for a fundraising committee.
That's not a bad idea.
That's my little parting gift for today.
Okay. Do you have anything to say about facilities, capital investments?
Nothing on capital investments. Annie just got an update on facilities today, which I haven't even heard the full update on, so I will hand that off to her.
All right, so I heard back from Amanda at the town. We had a couple more lights go out and they couldn't immediately be replaced because we were out of the bulbs and they're specialty bulbs. So she said they reached out to Genocchio. And after conferring with Deanne, because we've had a pretty steady stream of complaints about the replacement lights being too bright for people. They're pretty regular at this point. I think weekly complaints about it. I called Amanda back and said, if we can, we'd really prefer the warmer lights, and she seemed receptive to that and that she'd pass it along. So that's where we're at there. No other changes.
Are the lights outside still out?
Yes.
Are those the lights that
No,
are
these are
specialty?
not that I know of. The ones that are out now, if you start looking towards the exit, I don't think you can see them from the angle we're at, but there are two in two separate sections, or one in each section, I should say.
Is the front door still jerry rigged?
Yeah, that one's still difficult. It is locking itself throughout the day now.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think that one's going to be fixed very easily, because I think at this point, in order for them to fix that door, they've already replaced the mechanism in it. So I think at this point, to fix that door, they might need to consider replacing the whole door, which is costly. So I don't know. I know that they know that it's an issue. I don't know where that stands on something that would be feasible to get fixed. I don't even know how they could go about it without.
we're gonna run into a whole lot of problems.
Yeah.
Cause anything we start doing to the building will kick us into needing to bring up the ADA compliance for the whole building.
Yeah, I mean, did
And
you have a
this-
conversation with Ray or Eddie about that?
No, I haven't had a chance to do that.
Yeah.
This month has been a little crazy.
Yeah, so I will,
Okay,
but in my experience before
yeah.
I retired, there's a threshold. So I'll find out what that is. There's a
Okay.
threshold. If you do renovations that are above that threshold, then you have to bring everything
Right.
into compliance. But below that threshold, I think you're still okay with whatever the current code was when the
Right.
building was built. But the front door, so the front door is still locking itself. Does that mean that when,
And then sometimes it doesn't lock, and then sometimes it's locked.
so is it difficult to get out?
No, you can always get out.
Okay.
The main problem is more that people can get in when they shouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
At
I mean, I
night.
think getting out is really
Yeah, I would say
important.
it's not the main problem of getting out.
But you don't know who's gonna be in here.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, they can't get into the library space.
No.
That door is locking. I know there was
Oh,
one
okay.
night, I was here,
Oh.
I think when we had one of the executive sessions, and it was hard to get it to completely close. So we can lock it, we can think it's closed, but it, like, all you need to do is yank it in
From the
right
outside.
direction,
yeah.
if you know.
Are you talking about the parking lot? too?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
It's.
Oh, I
worse
thought you were
than that
talking
now.
about
No,
this
not like
door.
that. Oh, you mean this door?
Oh,
or
not
something?
that one, the one
Yeah.
on in the parking lot,
Yeah.
that outer door,
Oh.
the way it's locking itself now is the door isn't even shutting.
Yeah.
So I don't think you even need to pull on it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we want to advertise that,
So the
but.
problem is, if you know it, if the staff of the library knows how to shut the door, that's great. But everybody who rents the building or there's room upstairs and leaves doesn't know how to shut the door because nobody's paying attention to what they're doing, so. And
So it's, and it's
handing them
the
a key.
outside door.
Yes.
So people can get into the vestibule, but they can't get into the
Yes.
library,
First-
but they could go upstairs.
Yes,
And downstairs as
and
well.
downstairs.
Right, okay.
Because the elevator is on.
Well,
So even if
maybe
it-
they should be replaced with automatic doors.
Yay, that's my type of person.
Put that in the minutes.
And then you're over your threshold.
I don't know.
That's
Is
what
it,
they
is the
said.
threshold that you're referring to annually, like,
No, for what I'm thinking, and don't quote me on this because I am not, I don't know, I haven't done this
It's a
kind
Ray
of thing
question, but
in
still.
8 years. But there was, it's just a renovation threshold. So like if you were to renovate your house and you were to meet a certain threshold, you would have to meet the current code. You know,
And that can't be considered a repair instead of a renovation?
Because we have to replace.
You
the
replace-
door.
I don't know, you know, I can't answer
Yeah,
these, so
that-
this is a Ray
We'll
and
have
Eddie
to talk
question,
to
because
them.
I haven't done building code in 10 years.
Yeah,
so-
I'm out of the country until the 2nd of April,
Okay.
but then I could meet up with you guys and talk about
Mhm.
it at some point. I think maybe we could make a meeting on the books and have a conversation about it, because I think there's, and there were things we were hoping to do inside at some point, and, if that threshold, like, we can't do anything until,
Yeah, so we have to
Okay,
understand that, but
yeah.
in the meantime, the door.
the door, yes.
and then the maintenance things like the gutters, the lines in the parking lot, my whole list.
When you're coming in the building, is it the door on the left,
The right.
the right?
It's the
So it's
one-
not the front door, it's really this side.
It's the one, if you're coming in through the parking lot entrance, it's the one next to the giving box, or that's what.
Well,
we're-
if I'm looking at the two doors, it's the one on my right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
as
door
you come
everybody
up the
uses.
stairs, and
Yeah, because more people are right-handed.
Yeah.
So they come.
I thought they already said that the building was built in 2003 and that if you replace the doors, it would bring you,
I think that's what they said. yeah.
they did.
I think that's what. Ray
Is that what he said at the meeting?
I think so.
Well, we need to know exactly.
Yeah.
what that is.
I'm personally of the opinion that shouldn't be a factor in our decision at all. The safety of the building.
It's not,
is like-
yeah, I happen
If
to agree with you, but.
I know it sucks, but-
It opens a real
Completely
huge,
agree.
uh,
Big old can of
Pandora's
worms.
box,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like, are they gonna come back if it does do that? Are they gonna come back and say that we technically need to make the second floor a vestibule where the elevator comes in? Because I believe that that's a new code that was adopted a couple of years ago in terms of safety. So when you start touching these types of things, then they can start looking at the whole code of the whole building across multiple things that might be an issue. So it does open a whole can of worms for the town,
Yep.
outside of just the safety of our patrons that they're gonna have to deal with.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm sorry that Patrick's not here, because we were scheduled to talk about the bylaw.
We're still talking about them because I took it over.
No, we are, that's fine, I was just saying that, he's just our lawyer on staff, so. Um,
But I mean, here, and I'll pull up, they are as revised at the last meeting. I double checked all the notes. I even reached out to a couple people, made sure that I wasn't missing anything. So we're up to the conversations that we had. I gave you the current video conferencing policy. Ethan, I double checked. The open meeting laws has not changed since the adoption of that policy. So it is still in compliance with the open meetings law. So, and then I did add the section of New York State Education Law 260 for where where the designation to the town has to appoint our trustees. And then I put that subdivision in, and then we did all revisions live last time. So I'm not sure if there's anything I missed. But I think it's a pretty well-rounded document, and Kenda, I did make that one revision that you suggested as well.
Oh, thank you.
what was that?
It was just
Just a word missing.
It was it was supposed to be regular meeting, and it said regularly meeting.
Oh, okay,
So that was it.
okay,
Article 4, Section C.
And it didn't change it here. Hold on.
Months.
There. Done.
I spent most of Sunday researching this. I still disagree that we're compliant with the open meetings law based on the advisory opinions. And after the meeting this afternoon, I am doubling down on that. I'm proposing that we table the entire issue at the moment until July. Because section 103A of the open meetings law, which specifically mentions video conferencing, is rescinded in the state as of July.
Can
They may very well.
I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my suggestion to that is that the bylaws are not contingent upon the video conferencing policy being 100% accurate. It references it, but we can go back and revise the video conferencing policy, and the bylaws would still be fine.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say, I heard Rebecca say something about open meeting law policies need to be, they need to have a public hearing. So we would be not really compliant if we brought this into existence at this moment in time. So we'll at some point have to, but I think you're right. And if we know there's gonna be a change in that public open meeting law in
July.
a couple of months, that can wait. But I think we should, if we vote tonight, do we have to re-vote, or is this our second vote?
This is our second vote.
Okay, okay, so a motion for the vote on the bylaws as amended,
So moved.
second,
I'll second.
Allison.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I'm so relieved.
You don't have to think about. Okay, the next, oh, my nose is running, I just realized I got lunch on me. The next thing in the new business is the memorandum of understanding. I did sit through the video conference about the memorandum of understanding with Rebecca, and it seems sound to me, but and many people have edited it. Do we have to sign this by the end of April? Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, you have time.
Okay. Do people, you were at that video conference, did people have questions about this that I can?
It's been pretty well nitpicked between the directors associations.
I just meant more like kind of conceptual understanding, you know, if people have had a chance to read it, you know, we can have a conversation about it.
Is there a way for the next meeting we can get all of this like before the day before?
Yeah,
I
we
didn't-
really should be doing it about a week before.
Yeah, because I didn't get a chance to read any. I
Yeah.
opened it and glanced at it, but I didn't get a chance to read
Yeah.
or look at it, to be honest.
Yes. That was just.
Well, I mean, I sent it in the regular board meeting packet yesterday, but it sent out a couple weeks ago with Mid Hudson's files, and I shared it with everybody then, but I understand that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not in a rush to do this, and I purposefully worked this so that you had time, so you can always look at it the next board meeting.
So that's just, so everybody's got it on their radar, that we need to,
Yeah, there's
I
no-
just- it's a lot, and did you include the other documents, the preceding documents?
It took me a while to dig those up. So the original email, I think, just had the note from Rebecca, the meeting information, the recording, and the adopted version that you're seeing here. So I don't think it had the originals. But it was a forward of Rebecca's email.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll be able to talk about that next month, and then I'll still be able to sign it in time.
And if I need to re-forward that email, it's probably beneficial to look over the recording of her discussing it meeting, so I can redistribute that too.
Okay. And then the last thing in new business was the student volunteer policy.
Yes. So
Just-
that came at recommendation by Annie in the staff. So we have the old policy there. Annie approached me about, you know, we really could use this. We're having an issue, a constant issue. So I had her put together something and I adopted it into this, but this is a staff recommendation to a revision of the policy.
That's great. We should call it student volunteer policy, because this policy doesn't impact other volunteers. So,
I disagree with that.
okay,
I interpreted it as all volunteers.
okay, I was. Okay, so the old policy had the 14 years of age.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the first section is for all volunteers. The second section is for specifically community service hours, including students, under the following parameters.
okay.
But it does cover all volunteers.
Can I ask what the issue was that prompted this?
Yes.
I mean, it needs to be revised anyway, because it's 10 years old, but it's an odd.
It's for the PIG class in town, the students are required to do community service in a certain number of hours, and the library has found it's a constant theme where the day before or the week of they're all due, and we will get, without advance warning, 6 kids all at once who need community service, and we just don't have enough to give them. So, you know, we have had to turn people away just because, you know, we can't give them the community service that they need. So we think if we can institute this, my thought also, and Alexis, you can, and of course the board can give me some feedback. I think it'd be good to pass this along to the teacher to make sure he's aware and that the kids will know, so that they don't try to call, you know, the week of and say, oh, well, no, it's against
Yeah,
the rules.
that's interesting, even just from experience of this kind of thing, is they're probably like go to a teacher a week before it's due and say, I still haven't done this, and they give, these are your like easy options, so,
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, giving it to the teacher probably would help. We have to vote on this, so
Is there an age that, so in the first one, it looks like
it says 14 in the first one, it doesn't
it
say
doesn't
that.
say, so there's no age requirement for
We,
volunteers?
in practice, I took that out, but we've in practice not limited it outside of the standard children's policy that's already adopted in the library, that, you know, you can't leave your child unattended if they're under the age of 13. And the reason for that is we have had parents that have wanted to come in and co-volunteer with their kids.
Yeah.
We don't tend to turn those away.
I think that's great because my son William is 10 and he volunteers at Willow Roots right now and he's always wanting to do more, including coming to meetings with me here. So I think it's good that you're not limiting the age on there. I was just curious if.
Yeah. I think it's on a case by case basis, really. And you know, we have the children's and vulnerable adults policy to outline who needs to be attended and who doesn't need to be attended. So I think that kind of covers the base there without us being redundant here.
Should we vote on this now? Okay, so motion to pass as written.
Make a motion.
Okay,
Sandy,
second,
Second,
all in favor?
I,
Okay.
I said second first and I was muted. I muted myself. All right, Ethan, you get the credit.
you're the secretary, you write whatever you
Yeah.
want.
I'm telling you, I'm talking to myself and wondering why nobody's answering. You're right. It's been a very long day.
Is there any other new business that we need to?
I have something.
Okay.
Oh my.
I was about to say shortest board meeting we've had in a while, but we'll
I thought it was gonna be long.
I finally got around to reading the lease between the library and the town. And I believe this is no longer effective and should be rewritten for multitude of reasons. This is written from when the building was from when the library moved from the McGee building here. So the lease is written between three entities. It's written between the library, it's written between the town, and it's written between the foundation, the Oddfellow Foundation. So
I think this might be something that we need to have a lawyer look at.
absolutely.
And then we can make a proposal to the town.
That was one of the reasons why when I first came on, I said I would happily go to the town and talk to somebody, but after reading the lease, I was like, nope. Like it really doesn't, it's really not a lease for the building. It's an agreement for the three of them taking over the building, but it didn't give long-term.
Right, there's
plans
no,
at all.
it's very open-ended, it references the 1,000 square feet they have that the Oddfellow Lodge had upstairs, and since that's no longer in effect, given it's a public building, that needs to be addressed.
Really, the maintenance should be addressed in the lease in some way as well.
Right, so we
Yeah.
pay 50% of the bills according to this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah,
I'm glad you brought it up because it was on my mind when I first read it and I was like, I was honestly confused when I read it because I haven't been in Pine Plains long enough to know that original agreement and how it all got pulled together, but
and specifically under section 8.
I'm gonna acknowledge that I haven't actually sat down and read it, so.
It's not long, but it's
not
headache.
long. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I am concerned. I feel like there was another version of the lease that was revised. And looking at what I sent you, and that's what I have saved in the files. But I swear there was a version that was revised under Derek Cloud. And I'm realizing this is not that one.
I remember that.
So I am going to have to dig.
Yeah.
and figure out where I saw that.
Yeah.
And I would also put a suggestion out that if anybody wants to reach out to the town and ask if they have a copy of the current lease, to do that as well. Preferably not me, but we could stick Deanne on it.
Should attend the board meeting on Thursday and I can, in public comment, I will to the board. Have you gotten keys? I think you've already done that, okay. I gotta see what my keys too.
I was thinking that somebody sent me probably the lease, but I'm not sure.
We'll have to. Okay,
You're on this email. The one that I have,
Me?
yes,
Oh, so that's the old one.
yeah.
Or what we think is the old one, okay.
Correct.
So
okay,
that's
so
not,
we need
we need
to,
to find the new one. Or whatever it is.
So should we look at our files first?
Okay,
yeah, yeah. I think that's a good idea.
and I'll ask too.
Yeah, and if I can find it before the town board meeting, I'll let you know, but I swear I saw.
I would just hate, it's, if it comes up in public comment, it becomes a thing that will take over, you know, the psyche of the town.
It makes
So
sense.
don't bring it up until you find the
Yeah,
revised.
exactly, let's do our due diligence and see if we can find a current copy of what we think is the current lease. Cause yeah, I think it had to have been rewritten to take out the Oddfellows and take out the foundation. Cause the foundation doesn't exist anymore, I
Right.
believe,
And the bank has been sold,
and yeah.
so just
Several times.
Just for a legal standpoint, and Warren's very particular about stuff like that. I would imagine that he would have done that, but I'm
But
going off
before
of
we
my
get Warren even involved, let's see if we can dig it out.
I mean, if that was 2003.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a more recent one. I don't know why I feel that way, but it doesn't
Right.
make sense that.
Yeah, there was no date on how long that agreement was supposed to last or anything like that.
But I recall you
It-
saying, Alexis, at some point that like that
Two of the
it's
signers are
in
dead.
perpetuity or like but it's stated somehow.
You should have one in the president box, I think.
I didn't know that what was being circled around wasn't.
I didn't either, and now I'm going back through our files and I'm wondering why that's even in there. But I'm gonna go dig up. Yeah, I'll have to do some. I have a feeling it's in an old email, and I saw it between correspondence between Veronica and I think it was Diane when she was president. But my brain's tickling on that. So I'm gonna have to go look through an old email that we don't even use anymore and see if I can find it. Because I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it.
The library moved back to the old building for
Right,
a couple of years and then came back here, so
right,
it stands to reason that it was.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do a little digging. Okay, hopefully we can come to some conclusions about that.
And the date on the one that you had is
2009,
9.
October 7th, 2009. Greg was the town supervisor. Charlie Napoli and Dominic Labro and Jerry Chesney for the library.
Okay. Okay. On that note, do we have any other new? No?
The YouTube and the Hoopla logo still has to be updated.
Yeah.
That's on my list from last month.
The what?
The YouTube logo and the Hoopla logo.
Just told Deanne that today. Yeah, I said, oh, I forgot to do that.
I have a question that has been brought to my attention from some members of the garden club. And so who takes care of your plantings and garden here? And what is the future of that?
I don't know the answer to that question. I thought the garden club took care of it personally. But I don't know.
I should be the library historian.
Okay.
So Linda Allen was paid by the town, I believe,
That's what I was told.
Yeah. to weed the gardens and take care of it. And then she resigned from
Mhm.
that, retired or whatever from that job. And it hasn't been replaced. So nobody's really been doing it. It's not the job
Right.
of the
It's not the
garden
library's
club.
It's also not the job of the library if it owns the building. Right? I don't know. That's,
You don't mean like
occupies the
planter
area.
boxes, you
Yeah.
mean the actual in front of the building? in front of
Yeah,
the
I mean,
fence,
Linda used to
The
weed.
bed.
The hole of
Yeah.
the bed.
She
right.
used to weed, she used to put down mulch or whatever, she used to cut back the bushes in the front. Way back, and she knew what she was doing. You know, she was.
Was she part of the
how long
garden
has
club?
it?
Who paid her?
No, the town
town
paid
paid
her,
But nothing to do with the garden club. She
nothing to do with the garden. No,
For some reason, I thought the garden club was.
no, the Friends just do
Oh, you
those
did the
herb
herbs,
planters.
okay.
That's all we did.
Yeah.
One year, Patrick Boyles
Uh-huh.
did these huge, beautiful, do you remember that? They were like
No, but I know
huge.
Patrick, so.
Right, he only did it the 1 year, he just volunteered,
Mm.
and he did, you know, there's a bucket of
Mhm.
the planter out in front, which was never there
Mhm.
before. And
And he did planting.
he did some inside even,
Mhm.
yeah. But that was, he just volunteered to do that, right? Alexis?
Yes, yeah, he volunteered to do it, we paid for the materials. I will add in there that we still have a good amount of money available for there's a grant. Is Ted, are you still there? That
And
you know what I'm talking about.
the urban forestry grant is still available. There's about $1,000 left in it.
I see that. Okay. I didn't know,
Would that be considered maintenance that we would split with the town, or is that considered something that the library would do with a grant to maintain all of those?
I don't know. I again, not having read the current lease, I don't
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
is included.
And could it be something that the students could do for community service, you know?
Yes, but we then need to make sure it's
Somebody needs to oversee it.
organized thing. It
Yeah.
needs to be-
As long as they know what they're doing.
Yes.
And you know, Stephanie, with the ag fair, with the
Mhm.
FFA, she supervises the students doing the window boxes at the at the pharmacy,
Mhm.
I believe, every year. With in conjunction with the garden club,
Mhm.
but maybe, you know,
But it sounds like the garden club overall in town is cutting back on what they're.
Yeah, it seems to be.
They're, yeah, they
Yeah.
have a lot that they
Yeah.
do, and yes, they are asking for some help because they don't have a lot of new members, they don't have a lot of young members. So, and that's a separate
Yeah.
issue that maybe can be worked on, but
Yeah.
for now.
we have that issue as well.
Yeah.
But what about whatever happened to the beautification committee that did
I
the town?
Don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if there is a beautification.
There
committee.
was
They did the town
It did
park, right?
park, right?
yeah,
That was the,
Vicky,
that was
Thayer,
the town.
I think Kiri was on it,
Lee, Chase, yeah, I can't remember.
but I don't know whether it was a standing committee or if it was
It was supposed to be, that was the
Okay.
intention.
And then, yeah. When Kiri mentions it, it's often, it never meets.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, so.
So just back to Linda, was it the library that paid her, or
No,
that was
no,
the
it was the
town?
town
It was the
that paid
town
her.
and town was the one that.
The town paid.
Mhm.
I believe.
I would assume all the outdoors, so the town plows,
Right?
Uh,
You shovel.
Bobby
consider
comes
it
and
part of, like,
mows.
maintenance, Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if we have a grant that specifically covers something like that,
something
that
like
would,
that, that's
yeah,
different.
that would be
but-
different, and that would be
That'd be
something we could help
perfect.
with, yeah.
Easy solution.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, other than we need to
Depending on
find,
need,
we need to
yeah.
find staff or, volunteers who want to do it. But it's good. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. It was not, don't pay attention to grades. You can tell when you drive by my house.
How long has it not been named?
Yeah, I
A
wondered.
couple of years.
Really?
It's pretty weedy out there.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be moving the sign and everything, so it's, you know, just something nice to consider. I'll probably have my head handed to me for this.
Probably breaking it up. Well, it does,
It's a valid point,
It's a
it goes
valid-
right into our lease conversation as to who's actually responsible and
And it does.
very
re-
valid.
Does reflect on the town.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
But also the library would probably be the one that people will blame.
right,
Yeah.
yes.
Public's using this, so it's,
Mhm.
Okay, so hold on, quick update. I just dug through a really old email from 2018 and I found, now granted, this is an unsigned version, but I'm seeing the email correspondence that I had dug through back when I first took this position. I did find the library board approved lease agreement, which I see the email correspondence saying somebody said it got approved and that they have the signed copy. So I don't know where the signed copy is, but I have the agreement that was approved by the library board.
What's the date?
2017.
Okay.
So this was, it would have been January, it would have been like February or March of 20.
17.
Actually, the date of the agreement, it looks like they started revising it in 2017, but it looks like it would have been signed in 2018.
Okay.
Begin-
I'll look through my records. Annie, you and Dan can look through the paper files here. Let's get that.
And I'm actually just gonna forward this email to you all. This is from Diana Willis when she was.
Oh, okay. Can you include me too, please? Janine?
Yes, of course, yes.
Okay.
So and then I'll add this to our files. Like I said, I don't have a signed copy, but it says in the correspondence that this was the one that the town approved. And then I can tell from the correspondence after this that it was approved by the library board. So it was obviously signed.
It may actually be in my box.
It'll just take me a minute here.
Would that have been when Veronica was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this was I came on in 2020 and this was early 2018. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. All in favor? Hey.
Hi.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody.
Wait, who seconded?
What,
Sandy.
Sandy?
Thank you, Sandy. I didn't get that email yet.
I've been involved with the library since Mary.
All right, I'm gonna turn everything off. You guys have a great night. Thank you all.